Welcome to Habitly Courses, a production of Manage to Win. Each course is divided into multiple lessons for easy viewing. All are now completely free, so you can watch them on your own or work through them as a team. Please subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and share your favorite lessons with others. Try to find something that helps you be your best.
Hello, this is David Russell. I am back. We're talking about character counts. Well, how do you demonstrate character then? This is lesson 4. Question for you. Can you be 80% ethical and be your best long term? And the answer is no. You can't. How many politicians or other people would claim that, oh yeah, I'm ethical, but 20% of the time, it's not pretty. Okay, let me walk you through a number of behaviors that demonstrate character. So our behavior is really important. You can see a definition on the side there. Behavior is the actions or reactions of a person or animal in response to external or internal stimuli. So, does our behavior, our actions or reactions, demonstrate good character? Now, consider this pretty simple. Which of the following activities that Jack does lack good character? First one, takes company office supplies for personal use. Second one, arrives late for work. May not be much, but he's late. Takes longer breaks than are allowed is the next one. And the fourth, quits work a few minutes early in the afternoon. Or the bottom, all of the above. What do you think? And the answer is all of the above. Now, I don't think that's that hard of an answer. I think you could come up with that one. But our behaviors demonstrate our character. Remember the statement, behaviors speak louder than words, actions speak louder than words, right? Those are our behaviors. All right, now let's talk about commitment. So when someone makes a commitment to you, what's your expectation? You expect them to follow through. So commitment is one of the things that demonstrates character. And commitment is the state of being bound emotionally or intellectually to a course of action or another person or persons. So if you make that commitment and you don't follow through, I guess you weren't very bound to those other folks, right? So does it demonstrate good character when Susan does not complete her work on time because she wants to avoid mistakes? Yeah, maybe it's a little bit late, but she's avoiding mistakes. Does it demonstrate good character when she's not on time? Even though she's avoiding those mistakes, potentially. And the answer is no, it doesn't. She made a commitment to be done on time. So if she can't meet that time schedule, she has to communicate that she needs more time, and she has to work harder in the future to set a time frame that she can definitely meet. Next one is equal opportunity. Now, equal opportunity is the absence of discrimination. And in the workplace, that might be based on race, color, age, gender, national origin, religion, or mental or physical disability. So, character is treating people equally, being fair, not being biased. And by the way, I've seen people on all sides of the spectrum when it comes to race or age or gender, religion, whatever it might be. I've seen people who are racist or biased or prejudiced, whatever words you want to use, against people who are different than them. So it's not just one type of person against another. All right? Here's the question. Does it demonstrate good character to demand that Alfie be held to the same standards as older, more experienced employees? Now, let's say that Alfie's 30 and other employees are 50. How about that? What do you think? Or let's say Alfie's 20 and the other employees are 40 or 50. Whatever age range you want to use. Does it demonstrate good character that Alfie is held to the same standards as the older, more experienced workers? Yes, it does. That is equal opportunity. That's the whole deal. right? We're going to be equal. We have to treat people equally. Next one, honesty. Part of moral character is honesty. It is positive and virtuous attributes such as integrity, truthfulness, and straightforwardness, including conduct. So when you say something, people know that you're being honest. Now, I like to make a difference. Zig Ziglar said many years ago that it is better to use the phrase, well, to be candid, instead of saying, well, to be honest. Zig's explanation was that when you say, well, to be honest, it indicates you were less than honest earlier in the conversation. So to say, well, to be candid, it means that you're opening up new information, but you're still being honest the whole time. And I do like that. We're talking honesty here. So everything you say, is it honest, or is it, white lies are not honest? So here's a question. Does it demonstrate good character when Linda does not document the hours she works on a daily basis as required by her boss? Well, no, it doesn't. She's required by the boss to document those hours. That's a requirement. And she honestly told him or her that she would get that done. She doesn't. It's not honest. Demonstrates poor character. Trust is the next one. Trust is someone's reliance on the integrity and ability of a person or thing. Confidence or hope in someone, and it's critical in relationships. So I trust you to follow through as promised. I trust you to meet this expectation. You promised me something. I expect you to follow through. Look at the earlier ones here. So the first one we talked about demonstrating character is behaviors. So I want to trust in your behaviors. Commitment, when you make a commitment, I want to trust you're going to follow through. Equal opportunity, I want to trust that you're going to be fair. And honesty, the one we just did, I want to trust that you're going to be honest. So when we talk about trust, here's a question. Does it demonstrate good character when Joe plays games on his company computer at work, as long as he mostly keeps up with his work? So basically, he's a little ahead of the game, or maybe he's just keeping even, and he plays games for a little bit. People trust him to be working, but he's playing some games because he feels he's got some extra time. Obviously, no, that's bad character. If Joe can get more work done in less time, he needs to communicate that and contribute to the team, giving it his best. Results. Results. This is a desirable or beneficial consequence, outcome, or effect. People of good character achieve results. Now you have to define them in a clear and measurable way first, then they go pursue them, but they achieve results. And you can trust them to do that, right? And all the rest of these behaviors, commitment, equal opportunity, honesty, trust, all play into results. Here's the question. Does it demonstrate good character when Judith puts her sales objectives ahead of the overall results of the company? No, it does not. Although results are important for good character, that doesn't mean you sacrifice other people for your own. We talked about ego earlier, okay? I want to remind you, character is learned. It's learned from your parents, childhood experience, adult experiences, in your work environment, bosses, peers, and others. And it might be from wounds, or it might be from positive things, but character is learned. And then we exhibit it through our habits. The problem is a lot of our habits we do without even thinking. And character can change consciously or unconsciously. But the thing I want you to remember is good character is constantly tested. Constantly. So here's another survey question. Which of these trainings have the greatest impact on Cesar's ability to demonstrate good character at work? Now, one of these statements is going to be my choice. The first option is training on their 4 company culture cornerstones. That's mission statement, vision statement, values, and then accountability to live them out. The next option is quarterly training on good character. The next option is his manager's lack of character. And the last option is none of the above. His character is only a personal issue. What is the answer you think I'm looking for? The answer is his manager's lack of character. That's going to impact him the most because that manager is supposed to be a role model for good behavior and the way the company culture is supposed to be. The challenge here is bad character is a cancer that is contagious. Unethical behavior that's not professionally resolved spreads like cancer, so you can't turn away. You can't look in the other direction. You can't let it go. I like to encourage people that you can follow the old teaching by Jesus that's not religious, but it's, hey, somebody is not doing something right. Go meet with them one-on-one and talk about it. All right? He didn't say write them a letter. He said go talk to them about it. If that doesn't work, bring somebody else, go talk to them about it. And then the third step, if that doesn't work, go to the boss. All right? And if it is the boss, then you got an issue. But the first thing I would suggest is do not rush to judgment because you might have gotten information third party or observed something, but you didn't know all the context. So don't rush to judgment. Ask questions to confirm your concerns and then work through that process that I mentioned. How do we improve our character? Well, we want to confirm our own character behavior with facts. Can't be in fantasy land. I think we have great character, but we don't actually look at our character. I worked with a guy years ago, and he thought he was a man of tremendous character. Within a week of working with him, he was doing something that lacked character. Now, I didn't stand up to him the way I should have. So I have my own issues, and I've got to focus on my issues. But my point is, he thought he was a man of character. He was not, and it got much worse from there. You have to accept responsibility for where you're falling short. And you've got to kind of remind yourself or confirm why the results of good character are desired more than these other choices that you're making or behaviors that you're demonstrating. And you may have to learn some new habits. Remember, those bad habits never go away. But when that trigger happens or somebody pushes your button and you start to initiate a habit, you can pause. Remember, I talked about that. Pause, and then you choose a different behavior, which will be your new habit. And maybe there's some mutual accountability you can do and some follow-up. So that can all help. So good character takes courage. Don't judge others. Hold yourself accountable. I'm going to list these 5 things that I have before. Humility. Is my behavior humble? Integrity. Are my decisions moral? Energy. Do my actions increase the energy of others, or am I pulling them down? Inspiration. Do I inspire others to achieve more, or am I a distraction? Wisdom. Will my decisions seem wise in the future? Another one there. What would my decisions look like if they were on the front page of the newspaper this morning? This is lesson 4. Good stuff. A lot of things to discuss. A lot of opportunities to bring out real life scenarios you're dealing with in your workplace. Please do so. Answer these 5 questions. Study this carefully. Pass the exam. This is the conclusion of lesson 4. Bye for now.